For the first time in 57 days, Vancouver Whitecaps plays host to a match. It's their first home game since March 30th, looking to avenge a 2-1 loss from April 7th against Ventura County here in match week 11 of MLS Next Pro action here at Swangard Stadium. Michael Watring and her crew, elated to have you on board for tonight's contest. These two sides go all the way back to 2015. That's when they were members of the USL Championship. Since they've been in MLS Next Pro, however, Vancouver has never beaten this Ventura County side, and they try to avenge that tonight. 2 losses and a draw. As you take a look at the Western Conference standings, as it sits right now, Ventura County looking to keep pace with North Texas and LAFC 2. Meanwhile, Whitecaps right on the cusp of playoff positioning, but a game in hand against the Timbers, as well as Sporting Kansas City, 2 teams that are several points above them at this point. So, important match for the Whitecaps to try to get back on track as they will play 12 of the next 17 on the friendly confines pitch for this match. As we close in on kickoff, here's the starting 11 for Vancouver in this one. Max Aker continues to be a steady force as this team's goalkeeper, getting the start for this group. Catchwele has been an excellent goal scorer this season, the team leader with 4. He's up top next to Floreal Chateau, who scored twice as well this season. 6 goals for this team that is league low in total shots for the season. Ventura County, conversely, trots out this starting 11, and good sign for Vancouver. No Aaron Bebout in the starting 11. He has scored 5 times in his career against Vancouver. It's Sean Karani that gets the start as the top. Gino Vivi had the equalizer in the first matchup this season, and Brady Scott continues to be the starter in goal for this Ventura County side. Has 1 clean sheet for the season. It's great to have you on board with us here this evening on a Sunday. Plenty of action in MLS Next Pro. 3 matches currently going on after 1 early final tonight. 3 more set to kick off, and 1 more wrap up the evening at just about an hour from now, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Colorado Rapids and Minnesota United taking on that matchup on the road in just about an hour from now. But business to be handled here as Vancouver looks for its first regulation victory against Ventura County since August of 2017, when they were members of the USL Championship. Thanks so much for watching with us tonight. Whitecaps and Ventura County playing here this evening. Ventura County 5 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, both penalty shootout victories for Ventura County. Whitecaps on the other side, 2 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws, 1 and 2 in penalty shootouts for the season. Both sides getting their final touches in here this evening and just about ready to kick things off. Ventura County in the white. It is the white shorts and the navy with blue tops for Whitecaps 2. Awan Nikita Jakansky is our official for this evening's matchup, as we are ready to roll here on this evening's matchup in MLS Next Pro. Great to have you on board with us here on MLSNextPro.com. Whitecaps get the opening possession, and here we go in the 10th all-time meeting between Whitecaps 2 and Ventura County. Swangard Stadium, the site for this matchup, and this matchup filled with storylines. It's a tightly knit group of Ventura County that has been excellent this season, very consistent in their overall roster. Meanwhile, Whitecaps 2 on the other side have been close in so many games. They've scored late in so many games. They started to find a little bit of attacking rhythm in the last 2 and looking to keep that thing rolling along and return to form defensively here this evening. Ventura County makes their first pressure into the attacking half as they reset. I mentioned no Aaron Bebout There's no Jonathan Perez as well tonight. He is not available for selection for Ventura County here this evening for one of the league's top goal-scoring sides. And it's a quick starting Ventura County side. 7 times this year they've scored in the opening 30 minutes. And that'll be Whitecaps' mountain to climb here this evening to try to keep that number in check here tonight. Parente loses possession, flies out to midfield. Klein recycles, and it comes all the way back to Brady Scott. The Petaluma, California native continues to be a consistent cog for this Ventura County starting 11. 22 saves for the season. Was with Columbus Crew too for the last couple seasons. Whittles it to that left-hand side, now worked along the sideline before it's taken away and funneled down the pitch. Six consecutive road matches led up to this point for Vancouver. It's their first home match since March 30th, and it's a takeaway. It's a chance in the middle of the park. The swinging shot from Floreal Chateau knocked out. Herdman tries to slither through the middle, loses possession, and the challenge draws a whistle on Buster Schuberg, the 24-year-old. Played collegiately at Syracuse. Ricardo Clark mentioned the other day there was a big road stretch to begin the season. Admitted because of that, a little bit inconsistent in the offensive performance and times, a little bit up and down as well for this group. Hoping that being at home can level off the consistency in both the attack and defending. They've spent more time in training working on their attack. In the last couple matches, they have put up 6 goals after they had been very, very low scoring prior to that point, including being shut out in 3 in a row prior to that stretch. Now the question becomes, do they put it all together here tonight on the home field? Starting a 4-match homestand against Ventura County. Working out of the back. Ventura County sets things up. Home sides through the first match today. 4 wins, 2 draws, and just 1 loss in MLS Next Pro this weekend. That started on Wednesday when Houston Dynamo took down St. Louis City 2-0. Flags up here for offside. The only road team entering the day that had taken the full complement of points was on Friday, LAFC 2, beating Austin FC 2-1 thanks to Adrian Wabowo's game winner in the 3rd minute of second half stoppage time. Already had some late dramatics throughout the league, including earlier today. Sesic for Inter Miami 2, scoring in the 3rd minute of added time to break a scoreless draw against FC Cincinnati 2. Will there be late drama here? We'll know in about 2 hours. But work to be done here at the outset of this match. Ventura County seems to be in a good rhythm and a good flow. A great start to the year. Haven't lost back-to-back matches this season. Working behind the defender, looking through the middle. Ketchwele was the intended target. It never reached him. Instead, it gets trickled back. Cycling around Herdman. Herdman throws it through the middle. Ketchwele got just a piece. Who was the last one to touch it? It is Ketchwele, as Chuanti, Christian, the 18-year-old defender, did his work defensively. MLS Next Pro launched in March of 2022, and we're over triple digits here just 2 years later for MLS Next Pro players that have signed first-team contracts in the pathway from the academy level, MLS Next Pro, to MLS in the first team is really starting to see the fruition of the work that has been done by the league, paying off and paying off extremely well with the value and the talent that this league has produced, bridging that gap between the academy level and the first team. Vancouver the throw, 6th minute of play. Whitecaps have played twice at home this season after they lost their final 3 regular season home matches of 2023. And now working forward, it's Karani. Pokes it forward, has space, looped around, and watching this one trickle all the way across is Max Anchor. Allows his defense to take care of the work. Gerashmenkov finds Ketchwele, 1-on-4, waits for some reinforcements, and it's Gerashmenkov that hits it too hard. Playing on this grass surface here, nice velvety, soft field, but you can see the ball and the pace of it slow down at times. Different than the field turf that you might see. Ricardo Clark saying that it's a relief, to be honest, to be able to not have to travel, to be at home, and a good development opportunity for these players to learn how to be on the road, to learn how to travel, to learn some of the basics of being a professional and having to travel. Herdman going in the wrong direction, throws it backwards. Schuberg. Sadikhan. And Gerashmenkov, 18-year-old from Moldova, working in tandem with the Gambian native, Sadikhan. And it's a giveaway. Eric Hernandez goes down, and there's a foul whistle. Well, Hernandez, part of this line of Ventura County players that have had some late surges, including a 90+1 stoppage time equalizer against Austin FC2 on April 26th that proved to be a penalty shootout win. Another look at this foul. Herdman coming in and taking out Eric Hernandez. Off the restart. Ventura County looks for the first shot of this match. Neither side has been able to get a ton on things. Here at the outset, a little bit of a feeling out process. It's good work through the middle, and Karani commits the foul, taking out the legs of Dembo Sadikhan. In his second season with Whitecaps too, 18 years of age from Gambia. I've chatted with Ricardo Clark a couple times this season, and he's mentioned the versatility that you need to have in this league from a positional perspective, as well as from a mental perspective. You have players in diverse backgrounds from where they grew up, as well as diverse ages and experience. Some, as I mentioned, like Schuberg, 24 years of age, collegiate captain, won the national championship for the Orange, and then others, like I mentioned, Ketchwele from Tanzania at 19, Mate, 18 from Canada. We'll talk about other teenagers on this field throughout the day. Hernandez for Ventura County. Throws this ball in. It's well handled, initiating that first ball by Simmons. And now Herdman dances around one. Looked like he got caught in the grass. There's no foul. Hernandez funnels, and it trickles out wide, and you can see the injury. Looks like Harbor Miller took the wrong side of that one, and I'm not sure if Herdman made contact with Miller initially. It simply looked like the two just got caught up in the playing surface. 10th minute, scoreless between Whitecaps 2 and Ventura County. Michael Watring and our crew, delighted to have you on board here on MLSNextPro.com. Miller getting a look, and he'll now be helped up. The 2023 MLS Next All-Star and the MLS Next Cup MVP. There it is again. Yeah, you can see the right foot of Herdman catch a lot of the grass. A pretty nice divot. Like me shanking one of my 7-irons on the fairway. Who am I kidding? Probably not the fairway, the rough in my golf game. And a charge here now for Whitecaps. It's Elliot Goldthorpe. Where does he want to go? It's Ketchwele. Goldthorpe rifles this ball in. It takes a ricochet. Gerashmenkov right back. Herdman loops this ball around. There's nobody on target over there. and it sidewinds out for a goal kick. One of 3 matches that kicked off in the 4 p.m. Pacific time window. You have Orlando City B and Huntsville City already in action, and then this window, Whitecaps 2, Ventura County. It looks like St. Louis City 2 in the town are in a weather delay. Those are the passes right there along the ground that take a little bit of added time. And because of that pressure from Ventura County, it leads to a giveaway. Karani unable to hold on. A tackle, Karani not called for a foul. Priso, so much MLS experience from him. I mentioned the versatility. Priso, 58 career MLS appearances, including 26 with Colorado Rapids last year. Even though he's just 21. Working out of the back. Sadie Cat. You see Ventura County tight to the midfield, allowing the back line for Vancouver to do whatever they prefer. And now Herdman wearing the captain's armband for Whitecaps 2 tonight. Long ball this time, a little more direct. Miller knocks it down. Scott waits for Miller to release. And Miller just slings this ball up the park. Hernandez Hefty works it around, however. And now switching fields, it's Chuanti. So impressed every time and I do one of these games, watching the maturity some of these players showcase and the quality of play that you see. It's a turn here from Ketchwele. Chases after this one along the sideline. Ketchwele shoves over Chuanti. Ketchwele called for the foul. A lone shot attempt from Florial Chateau in the 3rd minute was blocked. That's the only shot that either side has had so far officially. On the overlapping run, rifling through the mixer there. Plenty of bodies in. Nobody gets a touch until Hernandez tracks it down in the corner. Miller, not enough time to wait for it, but gets the benefit of an overplay. Vivi tries to find space. Vivi still circling. And it trickles off of the surface after Gerashmenkov got a block to it. Corner kick, first one of the night now for Ventura County. Back and forth match last week for Ventura County. They took down Real Monarchs 2-0. Whitecaps, meanwhile, in a back and forth game of their own right, lost 3-2 on the road at Rapids 2. This ball gets wrapped into the 18 and it takes a flick. It's loose. Bobbled by Anchor and cleared away. And it's handled well ultimately in the end by Max Anchor in a little bit of a dodgy sequence. That first flick seemed to be harmless, but it was this second ball. See that flick from Vivi and then that second header down into traffic by Ramos. It's a good opportunity there from Ventura County. This ball laced through the middle. Florial Chateau steps on the ball. Otherwise, he might have had a chance to go in. That win for Ventura County last week was the first regulation win that the team had had since April 7th. 4 straight matches without one as Karani is offside. Granted, they did win 2 penalty shootouts in that stretch. And it's a Ventura County side this year that has been good in all facets of the match. Entertaining, good scoring group. Giving up just 11 goals this season and make it now a flawless 10 for 10 this year in not allowing their opponent to score in the opening quarter hour. How valuable is that? And you know that you're not going to have a deficit in the opening 15 minutes. Working this ball in, Ketchwele slams the brakes on. Floreal Chateau works past two, make it a fourth, now swings! And it's a good catch by Brady Scott. How about that work from Floreal Chateau? All by himself. One v 4, and Scott saves. Now perhaps we're starting to see the door open slightly for these two sides in the attack. These sides typically produce a good chunk of goals. Both meetings last year, each side scored multiple goals. A 2-2 draw at Ventura County. And then a 4-3 win for Ventura County on this playing surface when Aaron Beboot had a hat trick. Stepping to the top of the 18. It's Hernandez feathering it through. Ramos taps. There, Shemenkov hasn't hit his backside. Ricocheting, bouncing ball comes all the way back to midfield. Vancouver resets. Miller eyes the middle of the park. Hernandez twists. Ricardo Clark said that they've had very strong defensive performances this year as this ball ends up out of play. That has been the strong suit for Vancouver throughout the year. Now he wants to see his team combine the two areas to have a good performance defensively and to score goals in the attack. Anchor belts this ball down the park. Floreal Chateau, I'm not sure if he got a piece, but it works out for Ketchwele. He shoots! And that ball wide left ultimately, but quite the ambitious strike there from Cyprian Ketchwele. Here it is again. And why not take a go from this range? Had a perfect bounce at him. It was always hooking wide, but you can see the positioning of Brady Scott, worth a go. Herdman takes it away, throws it through the middle. Simmons lines it up to the right-hand side. Monte was hoping to get it back. Hernandez. There's Shemenkov, fouls him. Now whistles blow. Player pathway of MLS. Always critical to keep in mind for these coaching staffs. And that's why you get some inconsistency at times within your groups. Not always quite sure who's going to be on the field for you. With first team players coming down, academy players perhaps getting a chance to go up, and then the next pro players at the crossroads perhaps of their careers, trying to solidify a position with that first team. Floreal Chateau commits the foul against Chuanti. "20 minutes in the books, scoreless so far in this match. And a good stretch there of a couple minutes where both sides started to find the attack. It's VV for Ventura County, winding it up over to Hernandez. Couldn't quite get enough on it to feather it back for Miller. Miller eventually does come out of the mix with it. Parente. Lepley. Parente once more. And just out of the reach of Miller. What a great start to the year it was for Ventura County. Wins in 4 consecutive matches, 2 by multiple goals, including that win in the U.S. Open Cup against Irvine Zeta 2. It would be 4 straight wins out of the gates in MLS Next Pro, thanks to a 2-1 win over this Whitecaps 2 side. Despite the fact that they fell behind in the 16th minute when Quechuele scored, VV answered less than 10 minutes later, and ultimately it would be a Max Anchor own goal that sent Ventura County home with a 2-1 win. Quechuele brings it in. Doesn't hold on to it long enough. Good work rate, though, by the forward. Forces Scott to get rid of it quickly. Lepley chases. He gets there first and sweeping it away with a slide of Sedican, but only as far as the middle of the park. Delgado. Lepley looking for Ramos. One more go at it here. And fortuitously bounced away, and Mate sends it back to midfield. On that left-hand side, looped into the 18. Karani, I think, might have had a piece of that one. No, he did not. It was the sliding stop of Buster Schuberg that concedes a corner. Karani was trying to work in that slight little pocket between the 2 central defenders. And it's Isaiah Parente. Here it is. Again, you can see where Karani is, and it had to be a decisive stoppage right there from Schuberg. Corner kick, winding to the top of the 6-yard box. Second ball, Hernandez gets the laces through, takes a ricochet, and a 3rd corner of the match coming here for Ventura County. Another look at this one. Chiwanti was the intended target. Hernandez wound it up. And it ends up skipping off of Emmanuel Mate. Now Lepley will be able to swing this ball in with his left boot. Strikes this ball to the box. Once again, first ball won. This time it's Sedican. Parente. Hernandez. On that left sideline. Hernandez. Good rush here for Ventura County. That ball ends up out for a goal kick, and much needed defensive work put in right there by Vancouver Whitecaps. One of the biggest goals this week for Ricardo Clark was to have a complete performance. Started off the year being excellent defensively. There was a trend where they weren't creating any chances. In fact, at this point in the season, they're last in the league in shots on target and corners for the year. But the last 2, they've started to create chances and create goals, but they've given up 6 in the last 2 matches. How do you have more complete performances in all phases of the match? Circle that question for Whitecaps 2 this evening and throughout this 4-match home swing. Scoreless through 25 minutes. Not always the case when these 2 teams link up. Vancouver has only won twice in the first 9 tries. Ventura County with 5 wins through the first 9. Including that chunk of time in USL Championship action. This is the 4th meeting in MLS Next Pro. 2 wins and a draw for Ventura County. Bouncing ball, it's Herdman. Stepping away from traffic. Throwing it to that right sideline, it's Goldthrup. Sprints around one defender, tries to make it past two more. He's able to do so. Herdman hits it first time. Pass catch Waylay and cycled out by Harbor Miller. Into the 18, catch Waylay. Doesn't get to the first ball. Simmons pokes it around. Gets it back in the middle of the park. Catch Waylay, who has scored this year against Ventura County. Leaves it backwards. Been a defensive-minded start to this match for these two teams. That ball out of the reach. That's an end to that threat. The other game that started at the same time has a goal. Burke failing for Tacoma has put the Defiance ahead of Dynamo Dos 1-0. On the road for Tacoma Defiance. Perhaps a little perplexing this season is the performances for Ventura County. Unbeaten at home, 4 wins, 1 draw at home, but they're 1-2-1 on the road. Their only win came at Sporting KC. March 24th, they're winless in their last 3 road trips since that juncture. Chase here, Gershmenkov has it, but it wouldn't have mattered because it's offside on Ramos. A foul whistle. Whitecaps with the free kick here in this situation. 10 points, tied for 9th in the West. On the conference standings in the Western Conference, North Texas and LAFC 2 sit number 1 and 2. With a win tonight for Ventura County, it would propel them into a tie with North Texas in the West. Lepley laces this over. Miller swings it back along. Hernandez has to retreat. I think he was able to keep it in play, and then Herdman bounces it off. It's a foot race now for Whitecaps. Herdman wins the initial race, circles this ball all the way around. Goldthrup knocks it away. Priso, Goldthrup off the outside of the foot and into the waiting hands of Brady Scott. A promising moment for Whitecaps. Doesn't end in really solid strikes. Nice touch by Herdman as he spikes the ball to the ground in frustration. A half hour of the 90 minutes in the books here at Swangard Stadium. The first home match since March 30th for Vancouver Whitecaps. It's scoreless in this match as Vancouver looks for its first win against Ventura County since 2017. Michael Watchering and our MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, grateful to have you on board here tonight. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Watching MLS Next Pro. Thanks for tuning in. Shemenkov. It's Simmons. Slices the ball to the opposite side of the field. The intended target, Goldthrup, gives way to Maeve. Sadie can. Takes a couple steps forward. Gerashmenkov. Herdman stops on a dime. Nutmegs with a behind-the-back pass to Gerashmenkov. Swinging this one, Florial Chateau. Off of the hands of Scott. But creativity in full force there for Vancouver. Brilliance. Starting with Herdman. Gerashmenkov brought it back. And Florial Chateau put it on target. First corner kick of the match for Whitecaps 2. Ball sent to the top of the 6-yard box. Priso, second ball, looped in. Florial Chateau watches Karani get the initial piece. Now it's Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe twirls one in, and Scott again handles that moment. Chances being created now by the home side. So far, unable to break down Brady Scott. Scott with one clean sheet for the campaign. Waiting to latch onto it. Vivi chases. Delgado looks right back in his direction. And we get a whistle as it deflects off of Gino Vivi. After just one road team had won Wednesday through Saturday in MLS Next Pro, we've had two road winners. Inter Miami 2 in the Queen City against FC Cincinnati, and Philly Union 2 boat races Red Bulls 2 5-1. Here we're scoreless. Chuanti. Parente. Ramos. Hernandez right in his flight. Hernandez lays it off Miller. First time ball goes high. He had a little bit of a window on that right hand side, but hit it with well too much pace. Didn't require Anchor to get a piece. Take a look at where Anchor is positioned here on this touch. There is space on that near post. And you can see the eyes line up. Farber Miller, but pelts it high. Do we have a first half goal in us here tonight? Cachuele has Chuanti take it away. Vancouver has scored 6 of the 14 goals that they've tallied this season in the first half. Ventura County on the other side has 8 total first half goals, and their most potent window, 15 minutes to 30 minutes. They do not score today. They'd scored 5 times in that stretch. Goldthorpe waiting for an angle. Gerashmenkov was hoping for a second ball. Instead, it's all the way back out. Simmons pivots and lays it backwards. Sidikhan leaves it all the way back into the middle of the park. 10 minutes plus stoppage time remain in the first half. Scoreless here in this match between two sides that have seen one of the two score multiple goals in 5 consecutive meetings. Going back to their time in the prior league. Schuberg mans the middle of the field all match long. The Swedish native Herdman leaves it to the right-hand side. And now Priso, 21-year-old from Toronto. Goldthorpe likes to go to the middle of the field here. Goldthorpe funnels it along. Cachuele shoots, and Chuanti gets a block as it rises over the top, but a corner kick conceded. And Vancouver will have a chance, perhaps, to open up the scoring now on a set piece. Chiwanti has been so good defensively. That big frame of his, excellent. Always a man you have to deal with once you enter the 18 as an opponent. Now it looks like Ketchwele is in a seated position, has put in a lot of work here today. Has been aggressive in his attack. After a brief chat, Ketchwele walks off the field. Ketchwele has earned call-ups to the Whitecaps on May 16th in MLS action, and just 5 days ago in the Canadian Championships for the two-time reigning Canadian champions. So Ketchwele is off the field, one of those rules that has caught fire in MLS as well. Training time spent with the player off of the field, so a man down for the time being here for Whitecaps 2, and one of their best goal-scoring options in this situation. Goldthorpe settles right inside of the track, whips this ball into the box. Chiwanti again, the first man to it, and it's poked over the top of the bar by Scott, not wasting any time. And it looks like Ketchwele is going to need a sub. Cyprian Ketchwele, the Tanzanian national, will need a substitute. The trainer motioning over to the bench. Goldthorpe again. Looks like this time he's going to use the right foot. The dexterity being showcased. Outswings this ball, low liner, it bounces through four bodies. Gerashamenkov's shot, Chiwanti again. What a first half performance it has been for Christian Chiwanti. 18 years of age, the defender. He's been a one-man machine in the back, thwarting chances consistently. And here he is again. I don't know if this ball has quite enough. He does have to touch it and send it away. I think on a faster field, that ball gets out no problem, but on this field, a little bit softer, a little bit slower. Chiwanti takes no chances. Indeed, we will get that change. It is going to be Miles Morgan, the 18-year-old midfielder, replacing Ketchwele. So an unfortunate turn there for the team's leading goal scorer, having to come out in the first half of this match. And gives way to Morgan, who played with Toronto 2 last season. Scored a couple goals in just 9 matches. Let's see how that impacts this group, with Cyprian Ketchwele done for the rest of the night. Ramos. Is there a moment in transition to be had here? Nope. Good defensive work. A foul whistled. While Nikita Zukanski comes right over and has a quick word. Gino Vivi, the Ventura County captain, the man that draws the discourse. 41 minutes, or 41st minute rather. Scoreless between Whitecaps 2 and Ventura County. Whitecaps looking for their first win against Ventura County in MLS Next Pro action, while Ventura County looks for back-to-back regulation wins for the first time since March. Michael Watring and our MLS Next Pro broadcast crew enjoying this one with you here tonight. Stay tuned at halftime. Michelle Montaigne sits down with Marlon LeBlanc of Philadelphia Union. We'll have more as well to speak of during our halftime segments. Hernandez Slides through the middle, slips it backwards. Parente. One of these two teams striking the winning seconds here of this first half. Ventura County have only been shut out once this season. Whitecaps have scored 6 goals in the last 2 matches. And this one has turned into a defensive battle between Whitecaps 2 and Ventura County. To get that pass right, and indeed he does. Sadie Camp, Herdman, Floreal Chateau takes on Harbor Miller, throws it into the middle. It's picked up cleanly by Brady Scott. Promising for a moment, eventually comes to an end. Harbor Miller, good first touch to at least keep it in play, but by doing so, allows Herdman to grab it and shoots it first time. He had options in the middle. Floreal Chateau and Miles Morgan were there, but Herdman decides to wind one up. 7th shot of the match for Whitecaps. 3 of the first 7 have now been on target, as that one goes wide. And Floreal Chateau, pinch in the middle, doesn't stop Scott from sliding it through the 2. Ramos, it's bumped. That ball looked like it went out. It did not, according to the official. And then Hernandez carries it out of play. Gerashmenkov takes offense. Hernandez tries to settle things down. Ultimately, I think it's just a goal kick. Ramos having a word as well for a moment. Along the right-hand side. Looks like at this point, despite both sides finding some footing in the attack in the last 20 minutes, head into the first half locker room scoreless. Off of a quick restart, Floreal Chateau the target. Once again, Chuanti rings the bell. Chuanti. Vancouver 6 goals in the last 2. They only had 6 total goals in the first 7 matches of the season. Complete contrast in their performance. But the problem has been is they've given up 6 goals in the last 2. A 4-3 win and a 3-2 loss. The ball ends up all the way backwards. Carson Klein will elect not to get his keeper involved. 1 minute of first half stoppage time here at Swangard Stadium.
The 4th official has indicated a minimum of 1 minute of stoppage time.
Hernandez runs into trouble with Priso, who wins the ball cleanly. Dodges one defender, throws it wide. Floreal Chateau. Floreal Chateau shoots. Scott once again pushes it away. All starts with Priso in the middle of the field. And Chateau, who has been a dynamic force in the attack, his 3rd shot of the match. This time Scott has to save it. It's good work. So far, however, Whitecaps have not been able to solve the riddle of Scott. And probably your last moment of the first half here. Goldthroat swings this ball around. Scott pokes it. Doesn't go very far. And ultimately, a foul stops this segment. And that allows Scott to breathe easy. That punch did not go very far at all. And there's your first half whistle. So the two sides do indeed go into the locker room scoreless at the break. Ventura County 0 and Whitecaps 2-0. So here at halftime, scoreless at Swangard Stadium. Coming up, Michelle visits the coach's corner when we come back after this short break. Messi!
Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Puerta. Al frente. Servicio. El tiro. It's saved by Colin. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área. Le pega. Golazo. Parte externa, va a definir Chicho.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon la mano en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Halftime here in Vancouver, where it's scoreless between Whitecaps and Ventura County here in match week 11. Michelle Montaigne had a chance to speak with Philadelphia Union 2 manager Marlon LeBlanc on their rise to the top of the Eastern Conference table. Here's our latest Coach's Corner segment.
What's up, guys? We're coming to you from the city of brotherly love with one of the coaches that we love, Marlon LeBlanc, the head coach of Philadelphia Union 2. Coach, thank you for sitting down with us.
Great to see you, Michelle. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages, so it's great to catch up.
Which I'm sure you're grateful for. Coach, every year you guys find yourselves in the postseason. Early this season, you're once again at the top of the standings. In your mind, which is harder, getting to the top or staying there?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'd like to select all the above if I can. It's a little bit of both, you know. Getting there and achieving what we've achieved so far with this young group has been absolutely, really just fantastic in every sense of the word. And for us to be able to repeat success over the first couple of years in MLS Next Pro and make the playoffs and to be where we are right now and doing what we're doing right now here in year 3 is exceptional. It really is truly a testament to the kids and the effort of the players and our young group and our staff that, probably don't get as much credit as they deserve. And I think as the figurehead of this group, I probably get more than I deserve, but it's been a really, really great collective effort from everybody. And, we take our lead from our first team. They've been the best team in MLS over the last 5 years or so. And we like to think that the organization, the model of what we have in place really leads to success across all of them.
As one of the few coaches who's been with the league since its inception in 2022, how have you seen it evolve over these last 3 seasons?
Yeah, it's exceptional, really, right? Just seeing the successes of the young players and coaches that have come through MLS Next Pro, and you're seeing some of the young guys that have come through and scoring Champions League goals. You're seeing guys scoring game winners in MLS. You're seeing coaches now leading first teams in Montreal. It's remarkable how this league has elevated players into the first division and coaches. Obviously, the league has grown quite a bit, and we know that on the surface. It's gone from 24 teams to 29 and continuing to grow. We've seen young players make it to the first team, coaches make their way through, but the level has gotten better too. The competition has been fantastic, and we've been one of the few teams that have been consistent across it, but you're seeing new teams get better really quick. I think this league's objective was to have this platform for young players and coaches to develop and to get better, and without a doubt, you're seeing that happen, and you're seeing it happen at a really, really high level in Next Pro. The competition, the preparation, the professionalism, even the broadcasting with Apple now has kind of elevated this league to a whole new status. So it's been impressive.
Yeah, you guys have been one of the kind of pillars of that exact succession. As you think about the pipeline, the established academy that you guys have, what do you feel like is really the root of the success in getting these guys up to the first team and having them have success once they get there?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, obviously the continuity. We have a playing style that's distinct. We have a style of play that is taught at the academy that goes to the second team and ultimately is driven by our first team. And it allows us to be able to have these players go up and down, back and forth, and really never miss a beat. But I also think the fact that, and it's really understated, is that all of our teams live in one place. We're all in Chester, Pennsylvania, right next to the stadium. So the academy, the second team, the first team all train at the same facility. We benefit from our school being here as well. And so we have this process and this methodology that kind of, it goes right through in and out of our club. And I think it puts us in a really unique advantage that we're all literally at the same place at the same time every single day, seeing each other. Jim's working with our 17s. I'm bringing some of the kids in, first team, and younger players coming through. It really is an incredible environment to be able to be a young professional in.
What is the approach with these young guys who have such high expectations put upon them?
Yeah, it's a really holistic approach. The high expectations are for literally every kid that comes into this academy. And I don't know if that's necessarily driven by us versus what we've built here over the last 10 plus 15 years. This academy has become a world-renowned name in player development, not just for our first team, but around the world, and players going off into Europe. And so each one of these young players, Kevin Sullivan, David Vasquez, CJ Olney, Andrew Rick, all of these young guys have these massive ambitions for themselves, which it's our job to support and to try and help them reach those lofty goals that they've set for themselves. Our role and our objective is to provide them a platform and an environment where they can achieve everything that they want to achieve as young players. And I think they all see themselves as the next Brendan Aronson or Paxton Aronson or Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty, whoever it is that's come through this club that's gone on to great success. They all want that too. And we'll just continue to cultivate and foster an environment that allows them to be the best that they can possibly be. And I think we will do a really, really good job here in our academy and in our second team of providing that opportunity for them.
Yeah, being in a role where you get to have so much influence at the pivotal times in their development, what is maybe your favorite part about your current job?
Yeah, my favorite part is not qualifying for the playoffs or winning, a big game. My favorite part's getting to stand there with Davi Vasquez and hold his shirt with him and take a picture with him, and seeing the smile on his face that he's made it to the first team. And the same with Kevin and Andy Rick and all these guys who have come through. And like I said, the Aronsons before, Quinn Sullivan before his younger brother Kevin, and McGlynn and Harriel. That for me has been the most rewarding part of this whole experience, is being a part of their journey, and just being there to help them help them get to where they want to get to. And look, people will forget who last year's MLS Next Pro champion was, and they'll forget who this year's will be, and they'll forget me along the way. But for a brief moment in their journey, I get to be a part of it, and that in itself for me is the reward that is going to last much longer than any wins or losses will.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's forgetting you anytime soon, Coach, but thank you so much for all of the time today.
Thanks, Michelle. Great seeing you.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco, mozo, lo tú lo sabes, así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, 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 mira, sacúdete.
Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. ¡Gol! Para Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Huerta al frente. Servicio. El tiro.
It's saved by Carlos Corner. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área le pega. ¡Golazo! Parte externa, va a definir Chicho.
All right, MLS store, I need something fresh and clean. Let's see what you got. I need that in my size. Cream on cream? The fit is cold. I'm ice cream. You like that?
We welcome you back to Vancouver, where the score is 0-0 at halftime between Whitecaps 2 and Ventura County here in this matchup. And it hasn't been a match that has been shy on shots. 9 shots to 4 in favor of Whitecaps 2 as we take a look at the first half highlights from this matchup. Some early corner kicks coming from Ventura County. Here, Max Anchor had to funnel a ball away after Ramos got a piece of it. But then there would be some excellent play from Nicolas Florial-Chateau. Bending this ball in the 17th minute. He would miss this header, but catch Wele in the 19th minute would sting this ball up and left. He would have to come off in the 39th minute with an apparent injury, so he's done for the day. How about this cheeky pass from Herdman to Gerashemenkov? And then this lacing ball from Florial-Chateau again in the 32nd minute. Punched away by Scott. Goldthorpe threw it in. Scott's been so sure-handed in this match. This time Harbor Miller on the overlap at the end of the first half hits it too high. Ultimately in the end. And here Florial-Chateau in the first minute of stoppage time found space, took a shot. Scott pushed it away. And the chances would be plentiful in the first half from Whitecaps, too, but no scores on the board for either side in the opening 45 minutes of play here in this matchup. Looking at the MLS Next Pro overall schedule at this point, before we start off the second half, here's how things turned out on Wednesday. Dynamo Dos taking out St. Louis City 2-0. How about the stoppage time winner from Toronto FC? Batiz scoring 90+1 just moments after Canete had equalized for Carolina Core in that matchup. Chicago takes out Columbus Crew despite an early goal in the first 5 minutes from the Crew. Late goal scoring, the theme in Austin and LAFC, 2 goals in the 82nd minute from Farkland, and Arteaga had it 1-1 before Wobowo won it in the 3rd minute of stoppage time. North Texas takes down Real Monarchs, and then Saturday 2-2 was the tally in that one. A late equalizer from Armas of Atlanta United, 90+4, forced that match into PKs, and Chattanooga would hold off Atlanta United 2 by a 5-3 penalty kick differential. On a day in MLS Next Pro, where 8 matches are on the schedule here on this Sunday, 4 are in the books. New England and NYCFC 2. 3-3 draw, 4-3 Revs 2 winners. Inter Miami wins with a stoppage time goal, 1-0 over FC Cincinnati 2. Philly Union blows out Red Bulls 2-5-1. And a similar scoreline, Orlando City B thwarts Huntsville City's bid 5-0 in that matchup. Every other match ongoing, minus the weather delay match between St. Louis City 2 and the Town. This match scoreless, Tacoma leads Houston 1-0, and Colorado Rapids and Minnesota United just underway in the nightcap of match week 11 on this Sunday. Waiting for the all clear here to start the second half, and here we go. Half number 2 is underway. There is one change. Aaron Beboot comes onto the field here at halftime. Scored 5 times against Ventura County last season, or against Vancouver last season for Ventura County. And he's onto the field replacing Eric Hernandez as the lone halftime sub. Well, that'll be something to keep an eye on without a doubt here in this second half of play. The excellent goal-scoring ability of Aaron Beboot, who scored thrice this year, 17 times in his Next Pro tenure. Always a danger to score. Michael Watchang and our MLS Next Pro broadcast crew on board with you here in Vancouver, Swangard Stadium. Great to have you with us tonight. Hope you can hang out with us for the remainder of this one as we try to find a goal in this contest. A history that dates back to 2015, and a Whitecaps team that has never beaten Ventura County in MLS Next Pro action. Florial Chateau gets there, able to keep it in play. Herdman pokes it away from Chuanti, and it goes out. Quickly taken is Brady Scott. You wonder what kind of changes might be made for Ventura County. They were limited to just 4 shot attempts in that first half. Ramos races over the top of Gerashmenkov. This season, scoring goals so important for Ventura County. On the overlap, this ball bounced in. Ramos pokes, and it bounces off of the body of Anchor. Ventura County 4-0 when scoring first. 1-2-2 when the opponent scores first or there's no goals. Ramos there. Didn't get a piece of it. And here's a corner kick. Into the 18-yard box. This ball's headed off the crossbar. And it bangs over to the left sideline. Parente tosses it right back in. And it's caught this time by Anchor, taking no chances. How about that ball pinging the crossbar off the corner kick? And Ventura County not done yet. Vivi funnels. Right back Parente. Gives it right back. Vivi spins around one. Sprints to the top. Leaves it to the possession of Karani, and he commits the foul. Here's another look at that last sequence off of the corner kick for Ventura County. Here it is again. This ball wound up in, and it actually hit the head of Sadie Khan. Could have been an own goal. That's how Vancouver lost the first meeting this year with Ventura County. Tied at 1, 60th minute, own goal from Anchor. It's a 4-match homestand starting tonight for the Whitecaps. 3 of the next 4 on the road for Ventura County starting today. Murphy, who came on to replace Cachuele, throws it quickly, stops it, and will have another chance at a throw. Shots were 9-4 in favor of Whitecaps in the opening 45 minutes. 4-1 shots on target. Goldthorpe slices this ball around the middle. Florial Chateau leaves it to the left sideline. Gershmenkov doesn't beat Miller. Miller keeps it in play, and Gershmenkov is the last man to touch it. And then incidental contact as Harbor Miller takes a tumble. And now whistles blow. There is Aaron Beboot. How does he make his impression felt on this matchup here tonight? It's a giveaway. Herdman accepts. Florial Chateau couldn't hold on to it. And Carson Klein takes no chances and leaves it out of play. Corner kick oncoming. Ventura County tonight playing without the league's second leading table setter, Jonathan Perez, with 5 assists, unavailable this evening. And Aaron Beboot not in the starting lineup. The reason why their attacking potency held in check in the first 45. And here's Goldthorpe. Lifts this ball into the box. Murphy was the closest target. It'll be a second ball here. And Scott wastes no time to step over and take it away after Sadie Khan again had a chance. Hefty on the initial touch. And a foul whistled in our first booking of the night as well. Coming here, Ralph Priso will go into the books with the yellow card. At just 21 years of age, still a veteran. Several years in Toronto's camp with both the MLS side and Toronto too. Then a couple years with Colorado Rapids and Rapids too before ending up with Vancouver. Was traded to Vancouver in March of this year for a first and third round pick in the MLS Super Draft.
To Vancouver's number 13, Ralph Priso, in the 52nd minute.
A restart here. One of the 8 teams in the league without a home loss. Granted, small sample size, just 2 matches, a win and a draw for Vancouver. They'll play 12 of the next 17 at home and really need to take advantage of that stretch. And despite that window, their final 2 matches are on the road at Austin and at Houston. Vivi brings it in. Vivi sprints, takes a tumble. The ball won cleanly. Priso in the middle again. And it bounces off of the body of Delgado, who has a word with the official once more about Vivi going down. Ventura County this season unbeaten when they score 2 or more. 5 wins, 1 draw. Winless when they score 1 or fewer. 2 losses, 1 draw. Certainly easy to say that if you score multiple goals, it's a really good chance you're coming away with at least a point. But it does go to show the value of Ventura County, of being able to get on the board the way that they have. I mentioned in the outset, scoring early and often. 7 first half goals in the opening 30 minutes of play. When you go ahead, it changes the complexity of the game. And you wonder in this match if perhaps Vancouver has solved a little bit of this riddle against Ventura County. Delgado, it's intercepted. Schuberg does well to step in front. And now Simmons retreats. Bounces off of Truanti. And now a sprint here from Lepley. Leaves it for Vivi. Former first-round pick of the Galaxy. Springs this ball around. Goes over everything, including the banners in the back and out. Max Anchor, good shot stopper, has improved his feet and his range of passing. He's starting to showcase some of that leadership, the 19-year-old Canadian. Just waiting for that opening goal here today. And what has turned out to be a defensive battle between these two clubs. A tumble here from Gershmenkov will lead to just a restart rather than a booking. Along that left-hand side, Herdman leaves it backwards. Herdman, Gershmenkov leaves it right back for the captain, and it trickles out. We're talking about the player pathway that MLS has created. Two-time defending Canadian Championship winners, Vancouver Whitecaps, are through to the semifinals. They'll take on the winner of Pacific and Atletico Ottawa. Those two teams scoreless after the opening leg. And MLS Next Pro alumni Levante Johnson scored 13 goals in 15 matches, or scored 7 goals in 15 matches, rather. Had a brace in the opening matchup with Calvary FC, allowing Whitecaps to advance on aggregate away goals 2-2. He scored that brace. A 2-1 victory over Calvary. And the semifinals will take place on July 9th or 10th when that draw is decided. And it will be either Pacific or Atletico Ottawa for the two-time reigning Canadian Championship winners. And there have been several players from MLS Next Pro that have been able to suit up with Whitecaps in that Canadian Championship, including Cyprian Quechuele, who played on Wednesday night for Whitecaps against Calvary. And that's so important for Ricardo Clark to talk about, that there are ways and there are opportunities to take advantage for these players. Bibu chases, that ball trickles all the way back after the miss hit, and Anchor has to smother it. And it's so important when you have these players that are so hungry to reach that top spot, that top line on the first team, and finding ways to develop your skills and develop your opportunity here in this organization to play with the first team. Vancouver prepared to make another change. Ralph Priso
Second
is
substitution
coming
for
out of the
Vancouver.
match. It will be Javon Badwal, an 18-year-old Canadian that replaces him in the 11.
And entering the match, number 59, Jacob Bedwall. In the 58th minute.
So Priso done. Had that yellow card picked up 5 minutes ago or so. So a good candidate to get off the field. Ricardo Clark's game plan for tonight: defend well, find structure in their compactness and ability to attack, threaten that back line, have runs in the box, execute crosses, and ultimately finish. They've done the majority of those categories, just haven't been able to finish so far. Neither have Ventura County, as we're scoreless here with a shade over a half hour remaining. Florial Chateau leaves it, now brings it in. Evades one, cannot get past a second with Parente stepping back to take it away. This ball bounces over to Vivi. Vivi stops, surveys, sweeps it across the field. Karani twists, sends along Miller. Miller throws it through. B-Boot was the target. It's cleared out to the top of the 18. Goldthorpe chips it along, and that at least releases the pressure for a moment. 60th minute of play, we're scoreless between Vancouver Whitecaps 2 and Ventura County here in MLS Next Pro. Michael Watring and our crew, grateful to have you on board here in match week number 11. Vancouver have had twice as many shots in the match, but neither side has scored so far. As Vancouver home for the first time in 57 days, and Ventura County opening a road swing of 3 of 4. Who blinks first in this one? Who finds that moment of brilliance? Scott, inside of his penalty area, releases this ball, looking again for Vivi. It's a good first touch, is able to keep it in play. Chips it to the middle of the field, right along the chalk, and it's intercepted. Badwal. Herdman chooses Florial Chateau, gets to the right foot, it takes a deflection, and it sprinkles wide. Once again, Florial Chateau providing all sorts of pressure, and Scott fortunate to watch that one out. Yet again, Herdman releases it. If he gets that wider, you wonder what Florial Chateau could have done, but instead Clyde gets the block. And now Goldthorpe again will have a chance to set things up. The Hofstra product, first team All-American and a second-round pick of Vancouver in the 2024 MLS Super Draft. This ball into the box. Murphy redirected it, but couldn't quite put it on target. First 2 shots recorded of the second half to Vancouver. A shade over 15 minutes in. Vancouver has lost 3 of its 4 matches this season, by just a goal. Meanwhile, both of their wins, they've scored at least 4. And those 2 wins have totaled 15 goals between the two sides. Today, no score. Herdman whiffs, Parente and Ramos collect. Miller again strides. He's opening up maybe a little bit. Miller tosses this one in. Brought down by B-Boot. He's offside, however. Puts his hands right up to his mouth. Thought he was onside and thought he was going to be able to make a speculation of Max Anchor with that pass. Tugging, twisting. We've already seen plenty of late theatrics in Next Pro this weekend. Florial Chateau sets up his left foot. Klein again provides an impediment. Corner kick once more for Vancouver. Harrison Klein, the 22-year-old out of Cal Poly, stepping right in front of the former St. John's product. And Goldthorpe again. 21 assists in 43 collegiate games. Would love to add one here in the pros. High arcing ball. This time it's knotted down. Ramos gets there first after Sedikhan had it. Simmons resets. Vancouver have looked like the more dangerous of the two sides, but haven't been able to find anything quite yet. A chance to reset here. Ventura County this season have only been shut out once in next pro play. That was 2 matches ago against Minnesota United on the road. But losing that game at the very last second in stoppage time to Minnesota United. Klein wraps this around. The VV plays through B-Boot. Bobbles it between the thighs. B-Boot slings it through the middle. Lepley glides it across. Karani gets it back. At least he was going to. Steps on anchor. Pushing, shoving, holding. And now separating. Karani taking offense. Dembo Sedikhan, the 19-year-old from Gambia. And Karani had extra words there. They'll high five, they'll hug. And Sedikhan definitely took exception in that moment. Well, we have a little bit of a quick outburst occurring in the Lone Star State. Dynamo Dos have scored twice in the last 5 minutes to overcome an early 1-0 deficit against Tacoma. And Dynamo Dos is out in front now, 2-1. Excellent work here. Badwall eventually runs into Chuanti. And Chuanti, boy, has he been so impressive tonight. Pretty much any time that it looks like Vancouver's been able to get a little bit of a glimmer of light and a little bit of pressure in the attack, it immediately gets met with Chuanti stepping in. Scott puts it back in play. B-Boot hauls it in. Tips it back. Parente glides it across. Once again, Ramos bounces it off of a defender. Ereshamenkov intercepts. Quickly forward. Florial Chateau unable to hold on. Ventura County have not had a shot in this second half. They have not had a shot since the 34th minute. Lepley. Vivi allows the overlap here of Delgado. Slams on the brakes. Can't find the space to make that pass. Schuberg steps in. He hits his own teammate with a pass. Murphy stabs at it. Vivi was offside. So it means that Mate gets it back into play. Despite 13 shots from Vancouver, no goals in this match so far. Scott has made 4 saves for Ventura County. Anchor has only made 1 for Vancouver. In this 15-minute stretch, Vancouver has given up 7 goals. 7 of the 9 that they've given up in the second half have come between the 60th and 75th minutes. A big stretch of time here for Whitecaps too. The Whitecaps team that has been shut out 4 times for the year. They've also scored multiple goals on 4 occasions. Already seen 4 stoppage time goals this weekend in MLS Next Pro. The way that this match is going, it might only take 1 tonight to be a difference. Here comes Karani. Miller's to his right. He is the intended target. Miller shoots this across. And yet again, it's a sliding stop from Sedicant. Those crosses are what make Ventura County so creative. Ricardo Clark saying that Ventura County has technical players, players that can physically dominate, players that can penetrate. They have to find ways to deny those opportunities. 70th minute, scoreless so far. Corner kick from Ventura County. Slides all the way to the back post. Here's a shot attempt that rifles wide. Parente doesn't get enough on that. First shot attempt since the 34th minute right there. Meanwhile, Vancouver has thrown 13 shots on the board today. 4 have been on target, and we're scoreless with 20 minutes plus stoppage time to go here in the 10th meeting between Vancouver and Ventura County. Michael Watrang and our broadcast crew, great to have you with us tonight here in MLS Next Pro action. Ventura County looking to make something happen here, a team that entered 3 points off the pace in the Western Conference standings and could pull even with North Texas through 11 weeks in MLS Next Pro with a win tonight. Vivi recharges the attack now. Chuanti shuffles it around. Vivi always sure-footed with that first touch. Works all the way around the middle of the field. Karani dummies it. Miller bounces it in. And yet again, great defending from Sedicant. Well, what Chuanti is doing for Ventura County, Dembo Sedicant is doing his best imitation on this end of the field. Ventura County starting to add up some of these corner kicks. It's number 6. Bebu the target, anchor punches, Parente settles, and it hits the backside of Murphy. Or Morgan, rather. Miles Morgan, who replaced Quechuele in that first half. Just a little bit of a difference that we're seeing without Quechuele on the pitch. Precious seconds drifting along. Ventura County, not a team that you want to go to a penalty shootout with. One of the 2 teams in the league with a perfect shootout record and multiple opportunities. Carolina Core is the other. One of the 6 overall. New England, Atlanta, Tacoma, and Real Monarchs are all 1-0. Karani collides with Schuberg. Meanwhile, Whitecaps are 1-2 in penalty shootouts. Ramos swings it back. Miller. And right back for Ramos. Each side had 6 field players available off the bench tonight. Vivi Races, wins the race, gets into the 18. Vivi tosses it in. Anchor denies the opportunity. Well, it's a really good run from Vivi, winning the race around Emmanuel Monte. But Max Anchor, alert, a veteran goalkeeper in this league. Started all 14 of his appearances in 2023, played nearly 1,300 minutes a year ago, and is starting for the 10th time this season tonight. Herdman has been quiet, wearing that captain's armband since some early clever moments. That hits the backside of a teammate, and it does eventually reach its intended target. Goldthorpe swings it in. Herdman was diving after it, and it has to be cleared away by Klein. And Harbor Miller. Herdman was trying to get that sprawling header down. And here in the 75th minute, it's the 8th corner kick of the match for Vancouver. Goldthorpe has had plenty of practice. Is this a moment of perfection? Spins it in. Morgan, I think, might have had initial piece. Simmons gets to the second ball, and Vancouver can recycle. Neither side has an expected goals above 0.7 at this point. That's Vancouver 0.7, 0.35 for Ventura County. As we look at the final quarter hour of this matchup, you wonder what kind of players could perhaps make impacts off of the bench. You have Darko Ilic for Vancouver Whitecaps. Has a goal this season, the only man on the bench with a goal for the year. Ventura County on the other side has nobody on the bench that has scored this season. Not just this season, nobody on the bench has scored in the MLS Next Pro career. Here's Karani. Tries to swing it around. Sadie cannot do so. Simmons intervenes with Miller, and it's last touched by Simmons. Owen will come right into Parente. Had 8 goals 2 years ago, 11 total in his next pro tenure, all with Columbus Crew in 24 appearances in the last 3 seasons, but has not scored so far with Ventura County. Simmons pokes it. He wants his forwards to spring. Florial Chateau has been dangerous in transition. Florial Chateau wants it. Shoots this ball. Klein again. Gets a powerful foot in front to block. Karani takes a tumble. And Sadie can't use his point. And he's going to get shown a yellow card here. Or is he? No, I thought that he initially was. I thought the card was coming out of the pocket, but looks like there will not be one. Ricardo Clark said, how are we exploiting moments in transition? That's one of the signs that he knows that his team is executing in those moments. But so far, 13 shots to 6 advantage. Have not been able to solve the riddle of Brady Scott. Free kick. Physical presence in the box for Ventura County. But this will not test anybody in a Vancouver kit. And instead it'll come all the way back to Brady Scott. Ventura County have not played a 0-0 match since August 19th. They won the PK shootout against Real Monarchs at home. For Vancouver, there's been one PK shootout after a 0-0 draw this season already. For Vancouver, that was at Tacoma on April 21st. They would lose that penalty shootout to the Defiants. B-Boot, despite being tugged at on his jersey, comes away with it. VV unable to spring Karani. Parente throws it over. Ramos has choices. Eventually finds Lepley. Lepley carries it in. Lepley tosses it through. And Sadikan pokes it out. Corner kick, Ventura County. And these moments starting to get more and more maximized. Set pieces. Best chances could come from these moments. And they could prove to be the difference maker. Tucker Lepley. Consensus third-team All-American last year at UCLA, a third-round pick of the Galaxy. Throws this into the box. Anchor, strong with two hands. Karani shot. Yet again, the Whitecaps jersey stepping in front. Oh, these are the kind of games that coaches in this league stress. Talk about development, talk about chances to make an impression and to progress up the charts onto the first team. Can you be an impactful player in a tie matchup with 10 minutes to go? It's a foul given away here from Badwall. Badwall, I believe, is going to be booked, and indeed he is. So a second half substitution. Badwall goes into the books here with 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Are we in for a thrilling finish of this matchup? Stick with us to find out. Vancouver 0, Ventura County 0. Ventura County looking to make it back-to-back victories, while Vancouver looking to make it wins in 2 of the last 3.
Leading the match, number 61, Sean Karani.
So a change here for Ventura County. Sean Karani's shift comes to an end, and Sergio Villapando comes into the match. So Karani, who has scored this season, gives way to the 18-year-old forward from Ventura, California. Michael Watrang and our crew guiding you through this one here today, as Vancouver looks for its first win ever against Ventura County in MLS Next Pro. Into the 18 this ball goes. Klein watches it out. Corner kick yet again, Ventura County. Second half corners have been voluminous. 9 total now between the two teams. 5th for Ventura County coming. Does it lead to a goal? Tucker Lepley has had the duties here. Lepley pings it in. Rising up Chuanti. Doesn't win it for Ventura County. Aaron B-Boot has been held in check since he's entered the match. Coming on at the start of the second half after he had a hat trick and a brace last season against Vancouver. He has been rather quiet. Chances created have been few and far between for Ventura County in this match. And Aaron B-Boot just 9 touches since coming on in the second half of play. Good work here. Badwall nearly split the difference. Goldthorpe. Morgan the intended target. Vivi taps it. Able to work it around. Tacoma has tied the score against Houston. That match goes back and forth. And fascinating how that match could play out in this one. Tacoma trying to stay above the playoff line. Well, Dynamo Dos sits just above this Whitecaps team on the table. Perhaps a swing could be in place. Well, next pro is certainly in the developmental line and a part of the pathway of MLS. Every coach understands the importance of winning and getting to the postseason. Nobody in a white jersey nearby. That VV pass. Down the field, this one goes. Florial Chateau springs behind defenders. Florial Chateau on the line. His nemesis, Klein, steps in. Florial Chateau has it. He shoots! He scores! Florial Chateau flipping over. Finally breaks through for Whitecaps 2 and a 1-0 lead. I'm sure he can say it's about time. His 8th shot of the match. Poised in the box. Roofs it to the top of the net. All because of his patience. Eventually came onto the ball and he scores. Florial Chateau with his 3rd goal of the season, his 2nd in the last 3. And a 3rd round pick of Whitecaps 2 has provided an advantage for Vancouver. They lead Ventura County 1-0. And now 5 minutes plus stoppage time remains in this one to try to put the finishing touches on it. Florial Chateau, 21 years of age. Had 14 goals in 17 appearances. St. John's last year, earning 1st team All Big East honors. And he ripples the rope here. His 3rd goal of the season has been so dangerous in this one. 4 shots on target, 8 chances for him as well, and he finally gets the goal. Has 11 of the team's 25 touches in the box. You look up and down the list of shot attempts from Whitecaps 2 today. He has been on the front foot. He has been front of mind for Vancouver in the attack. Now can the Whitecaps defend? B-Boot heads that, might have been in behind. VV spins this ball out, punched into the air, a shove off here, and a whistle. Milapondo, he's called for the foul. Ventura County have had no issues this year. 3 times this season, overcoming deficits to take points. They have 7 from losing positions. And just a couple weeks ago, they trailed 2-0 against Austin FC 2. Would equalize in the 1st minute of stoppage time before winning in penalties. (1-0) Vancouver. 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time left. Looking for an answer now, Ventura County. To this sideline, VV gets to the middle, spins it off of the body of Badwall. Klein joins the party. Just tries to get it into the 18-yard box with pace. Sadie Can heads, does it once more. And now it spins out. Miller. Thrown into the box, B-Boot chases, Anchor gets 2 paws on it. And there's a body down. Sadie Can is down inside of the box. And that will warrant a stoppage of play. It's a head injury, so not wasting any time to blow the whistle here in the 88th minute. And what a performance it has been defensively for Dembo Sedican. Strong, stout, and fantastic. in his defending tonight, and he will require medical attention.
Third substitution for Ventura County.
Ventura County makes a change here in this sequence as well. David Diaz replaces Isaiah Parente.
Leading the match, number 52, Isaiah Parente. And entering the match, number 53, David Diaz.
20-year-old forward tries to add a little bit of spark to this Ventura County side. Here in the waning seconds, Ventura County went 36 minutes without a shot in this match, spanning the half. They have been held to just 7 in the game. 15-7 is the differential in that margin. And Ventura County, having been shut out just one time this year, in danger of making it happen for a second time in the last 3 matches. Winless this season when they score 1 or fewer goals. As it sits right now, looking at the table, Vancouver would pull in even at number 8 with Portland Timbers 2 if these results hold. Meanwhile, the insanity of Tacoma and Houston continues. The Defiants have taken the lead. They've scored twice in the last 10 minutes, and Tacoma leads it 3-2. And as I mentioned, not an important match because Tacoma sitting now on 17 points. Houston has drifted down to 12th with just 9 points. Teams right in the mix of where Vancouver sits. 90th minute. How much stoppage time will be in this one? Florian Chateau, the goal scorer in this match. B-Boot in the middle of the field. Bends it around to that sideline. And now our 4th official will showcase our stoppage time. 5 minutes of stoppage time here in this match. 5 more minutes to defend. Spinning down, nearly falling over. Lepley comes in to interject. Vivi dances. Vivi bends it in. B-Boot watches it over and it trickles out harmlessly ultimately. And it's a goal kick here for Max Anchor, looking for his first clean sheet of the season. One clean sheet that the team recorded, a 0-0 draw. And now a change. It'll be Liam McKenzie coming in and Florian Chateau coming out. And what a performance it was for Florian Chateau. The goal scorer has Vancouver out in front, 1-0 with his 84th minute goal. So Florian Chateau is done. And now it's up to his teammates to see this one out and to make it a 3rd win of the campaign. The last time that Vancouver won a match in which it held a clean sheet, go back to June 22nd of last season at home against LAFC 2, 1-0 the win. In that match, Amanda scoring in the 73rd minute. Three more minutes left. Is there still something left in the tank here for Ventura County? Started to find a little bit more potency in the shot, but they have had only 1 shot on target in this match out of the 9 that they've taken. Vivi lines this one up. Villalpando, Diaz all look at it, and it trickles out. And Max Anchor has a ball at his side, and he will take his time as much as he can. A season for Vancouver that has been up and down. 3 of the 4 losses by a goal. An onslaught in terms of scoring. And Ricardo Clark wanted the team to put everything together. Defending, scoring. It might not be a high quantity of goal scoring at this point, but 1-0 would certainly hit those boxes and start this 4-match homestand with 3 points here for a team that had been on the road for 57 consecutive days. Since the last home match on March 30th, 2 months ago. Spinning around, bad wall. Herdman chops it along. Swatson swims past the defender and holds it up. Looking for a little bit of help. Now twists through 2 defenders. Herdman throws it in. Goldthrop's shot bangs off of Chuanti. Who else? And it gets cleared away by Ventura County. A promising moment. And Chuanti again. He's been the defender of the match. Most certainly for this contest. Team just hasn't been able to score. Morgan, he wants to go to the corner. Morgan carrying. Villalpando there as well. Morgan, Villalpando takes it away. Vancouver doing really well right now, holding on to possession. Morgan pushes off. Goldthrop in the middle. Goldthrop gets her around the edge. Now just spins it along on the grass and it eventually glides past the chalk. One last chance here for Ventura County. Long ball sent down the park. B-Boot gets ahead to it. Simmons, Villalpando, bodies colliding, intervening, holding, and it hits the hand of McKenzie, and it's a free kick oncoming here for Ventura County. Simmons down, indicating that he's got a hamstring or a cramp. What this does at the very least is ensure that Ventura County can set the stage. 6 minutes of stoppage time, perhaps the last chance for the visitors. Winless in their last 3 on the road. Lepley throws this into the box. B-Boot the closest target. Ramos back on it. Lepley sends a second ball in. Klein heads it. B-Boot brings it in. It's loose. Cleared outside of the 18-yard box. And there's your full-time whistle. Vancouver beats Ventura County for the first time as members of MLS Next Pro, and the first time since 2017. Nicolas Florial-Chateau's goal in the 84th minute is the difference, and he is tonight's man of the match, presented by Adidas. Nicolas Florial-Chateau, so dangerous tonight. He nearly outshot Ventura County by himself with 8 on the evening. He was able to do the work here. His pass back to Goldthrop. Goldthrop's pass. Chuanti heads it right back to Florial-Chateau, and he was able to roof that ball. Florial-Chateau's 3rd goal of the season. He's our man of the match, presented by Adidas, as Vancouver wins the first match of 4 in a row here at home, and they beat Ventura County for the first time as members of MLS Next Pro. For our entire crew tonight, I'm Michael Watrang signing off, where Vancouver takes down Ventura County by a 1-0 margin here tonight. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Plenty of action still going on around the night. Be sure to tune into that action here on MLS Next Pro and Apple TV. I'm Michael Watrang signing off. Thanks so much for watching as Vancouver wins it 1-0. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.
Thank you.